Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Trending Chats. Today we're excited to have Josh Beatty with us. Josh is the Director of Sales at SAP LeanIX, and he's here to talk about something many of us have a love-hate relationship with: accelerating business transformation. So over to you, Josh.
Thanks, Molly. Hi, everyone. Pleasure to be here today. What I want to talk with you today about is business transformation through enterprise architecture. And this is either the bane of your existence or your secret weapon. Sometimes transformation can feel like a really challenging game of Jenga. You don't know what's going to happen. Or if you've had a little bit more experience, it can feel like a really well-oiled machine. Let's start with the basics. So think of enterprise architecture as the backstage crew of the theater. It's not glamorous, but it's what helps bring the entire show together. Enterprise architecture connects every single part of your organization. It's connecting your application layer, your business capabilities, your underlying technology components, and bringing this all together in a really cohesive way. So let's take digital transformation as an example. A lot of organizations will say, let's go digital, without actually thinking about the strategy behind it and what the underlying changes will be. With enterprise architecture, what we're actually trying to achieve is aligning the applications, the business capabilities, the processes to make data-driven decisions. Without enterprise architecture, you're left dealing with delays, confusion, and potentially really frustrated board members. So now let's talk stakes. When things go really well, then you're the hero. You're the one that everyone's celebrating with. Things have gone smoothly. You've increased productivity. You've reduced costs, mitigated risks. Alternatively, if things go poorly, then you're dealing with potentially delayed start times. You're dealing with higher costs, and you're dealing with lower morale. One of the biggest obstacles in digital transformations is what I like to call death by spreadsheet. Now, this is where you have lots of data, but you don't have the opportunity to make it actionable. So with LeanIX, what we can do is you can bring this data into the platform to then make informed decisions. Now, whether that data is coming from a spreadsheet or whether it's coming from other solutions like Jira or ServiceNow, what we can do is bring that information into LeanIX to then roll it up in meaningful dashboards and visualize informed decisions. Imagine going from where do we even start to here's a detailed plan. Wrapping up what we've covered today, there's 3 key takeaways that I'd like to look into. 1, enterprise architecture is the backbone. It aligns your technology, your teams, and your processes, ensuring a smooth delivery. 2, a reliable navigation path. So like Google Maps, LeanIX assists you in building out the best path for your digital transformation. 3, data that drives decisions. So with LeanIX or systems like LeanIX, you can move from where do we even start to here's a detailed plan that outlines the best path to execute. At the end of the day, enterprise architecture is about moving from chaos to strategy and from strategy to execution. This is how you can move from trying to keep up with the change to then leading the change and making your digital transformations less chaotic and maybe even a little bit fun.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay informed, and see you on the next episode of Trending Chats.